We've also learned that family businesses treat their employees many times like their families. And so they, in fact, have generations of employees working in the business. We found that 75% of businesses have generations of employees working in the business. So I'd like to know, first of all, do you have generations of employees working in the business? And are there any stories you'd want to share with us about that?
We do. We have more than I even know. I stumble into, you're his sister, you're his mom. I never put the two together.
That. In my business, it ended up being different because our culture is so strong, and I've had all these employees that have worked for us for so many years that when I started to plan my exit, I was turning 65 and I was beginning to plan my exit. At that time, Paige had not expressed an interest yet.
Well, and when you have that longevity, it plays into safety, institutional knowledge. I mean, there's a lot of things that you can gain from that.
Work for us. Because I think they realize that the values that my great grandfather espoused, integrity, responsibility, trust, and caring, they guide our decisions, they guide our behaviors, and that really influences the workplace. And so, and really by the commitment of those values, we seek to be very competitive in terms of compensation and wages with our employees. We provide excellent benefits to our employees, and we still provide retirement.
We have a lot of people send their kids here for internships, working in the lab or working in the international department. We offer those first to employees' families, and then we get a lot of customers from overseas. They want their kids to learn English, and so we have good relationships with customers around the world, and they'll send their semi-adult, their kids in high school or college.
Whenever we talk about being a family business, it's really not about our family so much as it's also about all of those families that depend on us. After all, these families are our greatest stakeholders. We often say our business is about families serving one another, as together we serve our customers.
Core part of our philosophy is we want to reinvest in the people that work for us. And so usually at the end of the day, I think like any family business or any business owner knows, you give out, you do everything you need to keep the business successful and healthy. And then you make sure that you take care of all the people that are out there working for us and their families. And then whatever's left over, comes to the family, right? We're the last in line, right?
Our business, like many other family businesses, struggles with adding to our workforce. We really take pride in being a great place to work. But in general, as you know, in society, we haven't put a lot of people into the trades the last, couple of decades. Everybody had to go to college and try to get a white collar job.
When you talk about, workforce issues today, what do you think are some of the big issues that you're facing as an organization?
Our number one biggest challenge to growth, to taking care of our customers, is finding enough technicians. And we've got multitude of programs and things going to try to get more technicians, but it's a systemic type thing. It's not something we as one company can solve, but we're trying to do the best we can to solve it for us. So that is our number one issue.
We kind of need more people, and immigration has been very inconsistent. And I would just kind of ask that somehow we reach across these aisles and come up with a longer term plan. It can't be every election cycle. It's got to be something that we can be welcoming new people into this country that want to work and want to contribute.
But it's a nightmare to try to hire somebody who's immigrating in legally or illegally. And so we started looking into what it would take to bring in a guest worker. And after about 10 pages of notes and 2 hours of sitting with an immigration attorney, we just threw up our hands and said, there's no way we can manage a business like that. So things like that at a federal level, if we could really get some immigration, and I don't know if you call it reform or just streamlining or whatever, but there's got to be a really lot of good hands coming in that we could put to work, and we'd help train and could fill some of these needs.
Here. So thank you for bringing that up, and we may call upon you actually to further expand on that and maybe talk to members of
I am
Congress about it.
absolutely happy to help however I can in that regard. It is a very frustrating piece where you think you've got good talent out there and you can't get to them. So happy to help.